If my lighting looks weird today, it's because half of my window is covered in snow. Okay, so Dybbuk means demon, so a Dybbuk box is a demon box, and a Dybbuk box holds negative things, although it can also hold positive things. But mostly Dybbuk boxes tend to hold demons and malicious entities. Dybbuk boxes first surfaced on the internet in 2003, which happens to be my birth year. Since the story of Kevin Mannis and his Dybbuk box took the world by an absolute storm, there's been a flood of people making Dybbuk boxes, selling them on eBay, and YouTubers buying them to open on their channel for clickbait. Now we're going to skim over how bad of an idea it is to unleash a demon in your home for likes on YouTube, because one, that's not what this video is about, and two, I find them fairly entertaining. A third one, that's where a lot of my research for this video came from. I feel like in this community, people get stuck in a mindset where the older the tradition or ritual or whatever it is, the older it is, the better it is. But guess what, guys? Those traditions and rituals and etc. were once new too, and we need to evolve all of our practices to make them newer and better and stronger. That's how we improve. So regardless on whether or not this method of entrapment is 16 years old or 3 centuries old, it is super valid and very effective. Unfortunately, this valid and effective method is very hard to find information on. Like, you can look up Dybbuk box on YouTube and find hundreds of unboxing videos of Dybbuks, but you can't really find anything about how to make a Dybbuk box. So what I did was I rolled up my sleeve and I watched various YouTube videos and I compiled all of the information that I could to figure out a vague idea on how to really make a Dybbuk box. Brief reminder that you don't have to do any of these things in my way. You can put your own spin on it. If there's something that you want to do that I don't, then go ahead and do it. Follow your intuition. I am not, like, the queen of Dybbuk boxes. In fact, one of the first things that I noticed about Dybbuk boxes was just how versatile they were. You could find Dybbuk boxes with pentagrams on them, or stars of David, or crosses. They are useful across any religion or faith because they all have the same basic function. Christina, how do you know that Dybbuk boxes work? Well, because I made one. If you have watched pretty much any of my videos, you know that there is a spirit called Cable who was horrible with my friend's mental health and super malicious and racist and homophobic and sexist and really just terrible. And he wouldn't stop leeching off of my friend's energy, so I put him in a box, like I said I would. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when you're making a Dybbuk box is think about it. You just want to think about it. You want to reflect upon yourself and whatever it is you are trying to box, be it a malicious spirit or a demon, and you want to think, why do I want this out of my life? Why do I want it to be bound and sealed? And think about whether or not you actually want that to happen. Like, think about all possible repercussions. After you are sure that you want to continue, you want to get a box. This can be any old jewelry box. I wouldn't suggest cardboard because it will deteriorate. You want a box that will last a while. So, like, if you have a stone box for some reason, that seems odd. A wood box, I actually made my box that I used, which was really hard, and I kept messing up. But it's okay because I finished and it works. You can also use a bottle, although I have not seen many Dybbuk boxes made with bottles. I've seen, like, small cauldrons that have been sealed as Dybbuk boxes. Great, you have your box. Now what? Well, personally, I drew sigils and I invoked deities on the inside and around my box. These sigils are meant to keep the malicious entities inside, all of their energy, keep it in. It's kind of like a mirror on all four sides. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 sides. If you have any deities you want to invoke, you can do that. I did invoke my own deities. I also asked for help from ancestors. So this is all before I actually did the boxing. I was preparing things, I was writing sigils, and I was making box. I did line the inside of the box with red wax as well because I just didn't want him slipping through any cracks. So what you put inside a Dybbuk box is also very versatile. You can put pretty much anything that will fit in it. I have seen selenite horns, I have seen old pictures, I have seen a jawbone. That was a wild one. So one thing that you're definitely going to want in your box is something that will kind of lure your spirit or demon in. So if you know that they are greedy, maybe put a couple coins in there. Think about the inside of your box like a small room. This room is where this entity is going to stay for the rest of their existence. Unless someone opens it. I hope someone doesn't open it. So personally, in the box that I made, I put stuffing because I still want Cable to be comfortable where he is. And I also put flowers because Dybbuk boxes are notorious for starting to smell like either cat urine or jasmine flowers, depending on whether or not they like the person. So I put in flowers to make it smell nice. I also have a slip of paper that has Cable's name written on it, and it is circled 3 times in black marker. That is the method that I used to summon Cable, really. And then I did ask for my deities and Grandma F and Alyssa to help me take his spirit, and put it in the box. So I put all of these things in the box, and that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to take all the things that you want in there to be in the box. I suppose that if you really, really hated this spirit, you could put nails in the box, make it super uncomfortable for them. I can't imagine why you'd want to do that unless they were really, really terrible people. So to summon Cable, I wrote his name on a piece of paper, and I wrote around his name 3 circles. And as I did that, I said, "Once I shall take thee, and twice I shall bind thee. Thrice I seal you, the enemy." A little bit dramatic, but I prefer things to rhyme. So now that everything is in the box, including your spirit, and the best ways that I have to tell you is to do a name on a piece of paper, or if you have something that you know used to belong to them, and you can put that in the box, or taking the actual energy of them and actually putting it in the box, which left me super drained. I was tired after that energy work. So now that everything is in the box, I put the lid on it, and I nailed the lid on because I really don't want the lid coming off. And then I melted wax over the top and the sides, and I actually had sealing wax, for letters. So I started melting wax on the top of it, like you do see with pretty much every other Dybbuk box. With most Dybbuk boxes that I have seen, it is red wax and white wax, and sometimes black wax, and I used all 3 because that's what I had. And as I melted the wax, I wanted to really infuse it with my intention, which was to keep things in and sealed. So since I'm not great at focusing on things, I made up a rhyme, and I said, as I melted the wax, "I call upon powers far and near to seal away what's not welcome here. By this candle with this charm, I banish what can cause me harm. Then I ask this charge I lay, seal unwanted things away." And that brings us to where we are now. I did use a Ouija board to ask Alyssa if Cable was efficiently sealed away, and she said yes. Here is the end product of the box. I did melt a single candle on top of it all the way down because I kind of wanted a finishing touch because I really wanted it to be very effective. There are drips and nails, and this is where the wood actually broke when I nailed on the lid, so I put a lot of extra wax there. But it is sealed all the way around, and cable is not getting out of here anytime soon if I can help it. Ideally, I think that I should bury it. However, it is super cold outside, and you'd have to dig through like a foot of snow before you can get to dirt. So I'm gonna keep him in my closet until I can actually bury him. So 2 things that I want to advise you about Dybbuk boxes. Don't open them, and don't burn them. If you open them, you unleash the Dybbuk into your house, and it will wreak havoc on everything. And if you burn it, that will, well, I'm kind of in between. I think that if it hasn't been opened and you burn a Dybbuk box, it will burn the demon with it. But I also think that if it is open and you burn it, then the Dybbuk is free until it is trapped again. But like I said, there is so little information on this subject, and I am definitely not an expert, so anything that you have to say about this, put it in the comments down below. I really want to start a discussion about this. I'm sure there are tons of questions that I may or may not have answers to, but we're gonna try our darndest to figure it out. We need, like, actual real-life experiences so that we can figure out what works and what doesn't, what's good, what's bad. We need more data. So that's kind of all the information that I have. Wait, no, I'm wrong. Okay, I have one more thing. One last thing. Dybbuks are sometimes strong enough to get outside of their box a little bit and cause something to happen. The only thing that has happened since I boxed Cable is my tarot reading sign fell off of the wall. But that could easily be dismissed as a cat or something, because I wasn't there all day and then I came home and it was on my bed. So that's gonna be it for this video. I am Madwitch. Like, comment, subscribe, and keep it spooky.